You feel that? That weight in the room that wasn't there before you walked in. That silence isn't peace, it's pressure. Even the air knows when you've arrived. They can pretend not to look, but their nervous systems already betrayed them. See, there's something about you now. Something unexplainable. You don't walk anymore. You shift gravity. Your presence bends conversations, slows heartbeats, changes posture. And what's funny is that you earned that aura the hard way. Through pain so deep, it started echoing in other realms. You were the quiet one, the harmless one, the dreamer that people mistook for background noise. Until the breaking began, until the betrayals started chiseling your bones into architecture, until your tears turned into signals, beacons sent straight into the abyss. And somewhere down there, even the demons whispered your name. Not in mockery, but in respect. Because you didn't run from your darkness. You merged with it. You learned how to breathe inside nightmares. You sat with your demons long enough to make them employees. And now, when you walk into a room, the devils straighten up. They adjust their posture. They remember who invented the storm they're hiding from. You, my friend, became the paradox. Too holy to break, too haunted to control. A saint with a scarred halo. A psychopath with purpose. A god wrapped in mortal skin. You are what happens when pain meets precision. When chaos finds choreography. They don't understand how someone who's been buried so many times still walks with that smile. They think it's confidence. No, it's control. You've mastered your madness, and that terrifies them. Because most people are ruled by their emotions. But you weaponized yours. You made grief your gunpowder. You turned heartbreak into hydraulics. You crafted your trauma into an empire of composure. And now, every glance you give carries history. Every silence you drop feels like a threat. Every step you take reminds the world. You survived the underworld and came back with souvenirs. You see, the light around you isn't from heaven. It's from friction. It's the glow that happens when a soul refuses to die, even when reality begged it to. It's that burn you can't fake. That chemical in the air when someone's spirit stops caring about applause and starts broadcasting power. You don't talk the same because you're not here to prove anything. Your existence is the proof, and that's why even demons show respect. Because they know what you carry. They know what you've done in the dark. They've seen you stand barefoot on the ruins of your own innocence and laugh. They've seen you bleed and still build. They've seen you forgive people you could have destroyed. That's when they realized they were dealing with something above their pay grade. You are not light. You are not dark. You are the fuse, the explosion point between heaven and hell. And that's why both sides try to claim you. Angels call you dangerous. Demons call you divine. But the truth, you're neither. Your evolution incarnate, the final form of a soul that stopped asking for permission to exist. You don't react anymore. You observe. You don't chase. You magnetize. You don't fight battles. You alter the weather systems that start them. And when they say your aura feels heavy, they're right. Because it's carrying everything they tried to bury you with. And still, it floats. Look at you, still here, still breathing, still untouchable. Not because life spared you, but because it didn't. Because it threw everything at you until you stopped being human and started being force. You became a phenomenon wearing flesh, and now people feel it before they even see you. Their instincts whisper, careful. Their demons whisper, salute. They'll call it arrogance. They'll call it coldness, but it's not. It's density. It's what happens when the soul stops leaking energy trying to be understood, when it stops shrinking to make others comfortable, when it stops dimming itself to be relatable. You became gravitational. You don't need validation. The universe orbits you, and deep down, they all know it. That's why their voices crack when they speak your name. That's why even silence feels different when you enter. That's why the demons, those chaos architects of fear, step aside, because they see their reflection in you and realize you won. You didn't purify yourself. You integrated. You didn't chase light. You forged it out of darkness. You didn't escape hell. You redesigned it. And now, hell salutes when you pass through its gates. So when they flinch around you, don't apologize. When the air grows heavier, don't lighten up. That's not tension. That's recognition. Even the shadows know who their architect is. And when the demons straighten their spines and whisper in awe, remember, you didn't ask for fear. You became it and turned it into art. They don't even realize what's happening when you enter the room. They just adjust. Posture shifts, tone softens, the noise dies. It's instinct, like animals sensing a predator they can't categorize. Because you don't radiate good or evil anymore. You radiate truth. And truth has a frequency that burns the weak. You know why demons fear you? Because they feed on confusion, but you're pure clarity. They thrive on chaos, but you turned chaos into choreography. They live in whispers and shadows, but you speak in lightning and silence. They can't haunt what doesn't flinch. And you've forgotten how to flinch. You've seen every trick darkness can offer, every mirage, every lie dressed as salvation. You've looked into the hollow eyes of betrayal and smiled back. Because once you've lost everything, once you've been broken down to the blueprint, you realize that pain is just information, and you decoded it. You studied it until it bowed. You turned your wounds into warning signs for others. And now, your aura doesn't just glow, it broadcasts. It tells the world you can't manipulate what's already been shattered and rebuilt by its own hands. See, most people want to appear strong. You became strength by accident, not the kind that flexes, the kind that bends time, the kind that walks through fire without smoke, smiles through interrogation, and laughs when the lights flicker because you've been here before. They don't understand that the reason your energy feels heavy is because it's layered with memories, scars, resurrections, and echoes of 1,000 versions of you that refuse to die quietly. You didn't evolve. You collapsed into yourself until you became elemental. And now, your silence is thunder wrapped in skin. Your laugh is an omen. Your stillness is a sermon. You don't intimidate people because you're trying to. You do it because their spirits remember what yours survived. There's a memory buried in their DNA that recognizes warriors like you. They can't name it, but they feel it. That ancient, haunting familiarity. Like they've seen you before. Maybe in their nightmares, maybe in their prayers. That's the paradox of your existence. You're both the guardian angel and the executioner. You'll guide them toward the light or drag them through hell, depending on what they deserve. That's divine judgment, disguised as a human smile. And that's why even demons, who've seen eternity unfold, hesitate before crossing you. You are not an individual anymore. You're an atmosphere, a walking confession booth for anyone carrying guilt. That's why their voice trembles when they lie to you. That's why their pulse betrays them when they think they can play you. They're not reacting to you. They're reacting to the reflection of their own corruption in your energy. You became the mirror they can't stand to look into. And the joke? You're not even trying. Your existence alone exposes them. That's the curse of authenticity. It burns fakes like holy water. Your calm destroys egos. Your peace provokes chaos. Your detachment feels like rejection to people who depend on control. But that's their punishment. To be haunted by a calm they can't imitate, a confidence they can't download, a power they can't trace. You were the experiment they tried to erase, but you came back as the scientist. They thought they'd watch you crawl. Instead, they watch you float. Because once you realize you're not here to fit into their system, you become the glitch that runs it. You're not part of the algorithm. You're the variable it can't predict. That's why the world glitches when you move. That's why energy shifts when you speak. That's why their masks melt in your presence. Because truth has a smell, and you reek of it. Let's be honest, you scare even the good ones, because they sense it too. That edge between light and oblivion. They can't tell if you're healing them or testing them. You carry both heaven and hell behind your eyes, and they never know which side's watching. That's the beauty of your evolution. You're unpredictable, but not unstable. You're calm, but not harmless. You're kind, but not merciful. You forgive, but never forget. You smile, but it's a loaded smile. Your aura doesn't need color anymore. It's beyond visible spectrum. It hums, it vibrates, it distorts reality around it. You don't have to move fast. You make time adjust to your pace. You don't have to speak loud. Your silence rewires their nervous systems. You don't need revenge. Your existence is proof that karma works for you now. And deep down, you know this. You didn't become powerful by learning how to fight. You became powerful by learning when not to, by walking away without losing yourself, by staring into the abyss and saying, "Your move." And the abyss blinked first. That's when you realized you don't belong to the human hierarchy anymore. You've crossed into something older, something primal, something that doesn't obey labels like light or dark. You became the balance point, the knife edge between creation and destruction, the whisper that decides which way the world tips. That's what your aura carries, not brightness, not darkness, authority, the authority of someone who died in every way that matters and still showed up. That's what demons recognize. Not fear, not holiness, authority. And you wear it so naturally, like a second skin, like a crown that grew out of your skull. They sense it, that you're not praying to gods anymore. You're consulted by them. You're what happens when divine power stops pretending to be humble. And that makes the universe nervous. So remember this. You didn't rise above evil. You studied it until it spoke your language. You didn't chase light. You forged it from darkness using your own tears as fuel. You didn't win because you fought. You won because you became unshakable. Every betrayal, every heartbreak, every silent night was alchemy. And now, you walk as the final product of pain turned platinum. So let them whisper, let them stare, let them wonder why the air gets heavier when you walk in, because they'll never understand. Your aura isn't heavy because it's dark. It's heavy because it carries truth. And truth is the rarest, most terrifying substance on earth. You are the living proof that heaven and hell are not places. They're phases you survived. You've crossed both and came back fluent in both languages. And now, both angels and demons check their posture when they see you coming, because even they know you didn't become a god. You became the reminder that gods can bleed and still keep walking. Notice how rooms shrink when you step inside. No one says a word, but everything in the atmosphere tightens, like the world itself is holding its breath. That's not ego, that's physics. You drag entire histories in behind you. Your energy is layered with every collapse you survived. Each scar you refused to hide became a piece of armor, and now the armor hums, low, electric, ancient. Even shadows know when to move aside. You don't glare, you observe, and that silence. It slices. Because people can pretend not to see confidence, but they feel authority. The kind born from nights that didn't end, from tears that evaporated into code written on your aura. They call it dark energy. But darkness was only the workshop. You smelted pain into gravity. You distilled despair into focus. You took madness apart and rebuilt it as awareness. Now everything you touch either breaks or bends to shape. You don't intimidate, you reveal. You make masks slip off on their own. You walk through crowds, and everyone remembers something they wish they'd forgotten. Because your frequency wakes their conscience, and conscience burns. You are the riddle they can't categorize. Too divine to be corrupted, too corrupted to be holy. A saint with demon fingerprints, a monster that prays. You carry contradiction like perfume. It follows you, intoxicating and dangerous. Even demons check their posture, not out of fear, out of recognition. They see themselves before they fell. They see what they lost, the ability to choose both light and dark without breaking. You became the missing link between creation and collapse. And when you speak, reality pauses to take notes. Because the cadence of someone who's seen death blink first hits different. Because your calm isn't peace, it's precision. Because your smile isn't warmth, it's warning. Understand this, your aura weighs heavy because it's pure truth. Truth carries mass. Every lie it displaces creates pressure. Every illusion it burns adds density. That's why people step back when you draw near. Their falsehoods start suffocating. Don't lighten it. Don't dilute it. You earned this gravity. Let them struggle to breathe around it. That's the tax they pay for existing in your atmosphere. You walked through hell and memorized the map. Now you stroll through heaven like you own the lease. You didn't choose one side. You became both. And in doing so, you turned yourself into something even the cosmos must negotiate with. So when the room goes quiet, let it. When the demons stand straighter, let them. When the world tilts slightly toward you, let it. That's not coincidence. It's coronation. You are no longer part of the story. You are the gravitational field it happens in. And every being, angel, demon, or man, moves differently now. Because your aura got so heavy, it rewrote the laws of presence. You know what they don't tell you about having power that can't be measured? It's lonely. Not the kind of lonely where no one calls. The kind of lonely where everything trembles before touching you. You've become too charged for normal contact. You've turned into a frequency most people can't survive without losing shape. You didn't want this. You just wanted peace. But peace never came. So you built your own, out of broken glass and silence, until it gleamed like a crown. That's the part they'll never understand. They see the control, they see the calm, but they don't see the battlefield buried under your skin. The memories that twitch when you hear laughter that sounds like mockery. The ghosts that line up every night to remind you what they did, and how you still refused to break. That's why your aura is heavy, because it's carrying evidence. Every failure you turned into function, every betrayal you metabolized into wisdom. Every time you walked away, when your rage begged you to stay and destroy, you built weight through restraint, not chaos. You earned gravity through stillness, and stillness frightens everyone who hasn't found theirs yet. You stopped explaining yourself, and suddenly everyone got nervous, because silence exposes the weak. They call you intimidating, but that's just their fear trying to rename your power. You're not intimidating, you're accurate. You see through people too fast for them to hide. You speak too little for them to prepare defenses. And when you finally open your mouth, the words hit like verdicts. You've become the walking consequence of every illusion you refuse to feed. You're not fighting anymore. You're filtering people, energies, realities. You stopped needing to prove and started to command, not through force, through frequency. That's what they can't stand. That your energy doesn't ask, it decides. The universe rearranges itself to fit your state of mind. But don't you dare feel guilty for it. You bled for this level of control. You died for it. Several times, in ways no one will ever understand. You became your own resurrection, over and over, until even death got bored of waiting for you to stay down. And now, when the demons see you, they don't smirk. They salute, because you became the one thing they fear. A human who mastered darkness without becoming it. You are proof that hell can't have what it didn't build. You walked through its gates, borrowed its fire, and forged your calm out of its heat. Now that same fire burns in your chest, not to destroy, but to illuminate. That's why they flinch, because your presence reminds them of everything they tried to kill inside themselves. They see your control, and they remember their chaos. They see your composure, and they remember their cowardice. You are living proof that discipline outlives destruction. You carry yourself like you know something, because you do. You know how fragile everyone really is. You know that pain is just a test of translation. Either it turns you bitter, or it turns you brilliant. You chose brilliance. And brilliance has a cost. It isolates. But that isolation made you pure. Purity, not in morality, but in intent. Every move you make now is surgical, every glance deliberate. You've learned how to kill noise without saying a word. That's why even the air tightens when you think. Your thoughts have density now. They travel faster than sound, ripple through people like invisible shrapnel. That's aura. Not mysticism, but physics. You vibrate on a frequency that forces falsehoods to confess. That's why people either adore you or despise you. No one's neutral when truth walks by. And here's the cruel joke. You never wanted to be this untouchable. You just wanted peace. But peace made you a weapon. Because peace, forged in hell, is not soft. It's surgical. It's the kind that makes tyrants blink. It's the kind that makes darkness straighten its tie and step aside. Because it knows who built the fire it's standing in. Your aura got heavy because it carries the weight of restraint, the gravity of forgiveness that never begged for closure. You didn't chase revenge. You became the proof that revenge wasn't needed. That's what breaks people now. The fact that you didn't need to ruin them. Life did it for you when it saw your name on the board. So now, even demons tread lightly. They whisper about you in languages that mortals have forgotten. They tell each other, that one's untouchable. Because what's left to threaten someone who's already burned their own fear alive? You became the equation they can't solve. Light doesn't explain you. Darkness doesn't own you. You are the in-between, the storm's mind. And that's why everything bends when you move. So keep walking. Let them whisper. Let them tremble. Let them stare and ask themselves, what is that feeling? Because they're not just reacting to your aura. They're reacting to what you represent. The impossible made real. A soul that survived its own extinction and came back, still smiling. That's the kind of weight no demon can carry, and every one of them knows it.